Hey Rayleigh and anybody else watching, and welcome back to another message from your Father. Today, Psalm 139 through 143. And we have been looking at praise, thanksgiving, and crying out to God. And today we see more of that. Specifically, kind of the three different things, though, is the cries out to God so that God knows him. And I say him because most of these today are written by David, if not all. So we're going to see that. The cries specifically to remain close by. So this is kind of that theme that we talked about before, where it's so important that we recognize how much God knows about us and that we can't run away from that. Anything we do, and before we even do it, God already knows. And yet there's a scripture that speaks about, away from me, I never knew you. So that's a position we definitely don't want to be in. And those are two kind of interesting, they appear almost combative points of view, but I think they're saying slightly different things. So today, again, we are going to be looking at David as the psalmist, praying for God to be close and to know him through and through. So again, starting at 139. O Lord, you have searched me and you know me. You know when I sit down and when I rise. You perceive my thoughts from afar. You discern my going out and my lying down. You are familiar with all my ways. Before a word is on my tongue, you know it completely, O Lord. You hem me in, behind and before. You have laid your hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me, too lofty for me to attain. Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go up to the heavens, you are there. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. If I rise on the wings of the dawn, if I settle on the far side of the sea, even there your hand will guide me. Excuse me. Your right hand will hold me fast. If I say, surely the darkness will hide me, and the light become night around me, even the darkness will not be dark to you. For the night will shine like the day, for darkness is light to you. For you for you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in the secret place. When I was woven together in the depths of the earth, your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. How precious to me are your thoughts, O God. How vast is the sum of them. Were I to count them, they would outnumber the grains of sand. When I awake, I am still with you. If only you would slay the wicked, O God. Away from me, you bloodthirsty men. They speak of you with evil intent. Your adversaries misuse your name. Do I not hate those who hate you, O Lord, and abhor those who rise up against you? I have nothing but hatred for them. I count them my enemies. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. See if there's any offensive way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. Psalm 140. Rescue me, O Lord, from evil men. Protect me from men of violence, who devise evil plans in their hearts and stir up war every day. They make their tongues as sharp as serpents. The poison of vipers is on their lips. Keep me, O Lord, from the hands of the wicked. Protect me from men of violence who plan to trip my feet. Proud men have hidden a snare for me. They have spread out the cords of their net. They have set traps for me along my path. O Lord, I say to you, you are my God. Hear, O Lord, my cry for mercy. O sovereign Lord, my strong deliverer, who shields my head in the day of battle. Do not grant the wicked their desires, O Lord. Do not let their plans succeed, or they will become proud. Let the heads of those who surround me be covered with the trouble their lips have caused. Let burning coals fall upon them. May they be thrown into the fire, into miry pits, never to rise. Let slanderers not be established in the land. May disaster hunt down men of violence. I know that the Lord secures justice for the poor and upholds the cause of the needy. Surely the righteous will praise your name, and the upright will live before you. Psalm 141. O Lord, I call to you. Come quickly to me. Hear my prayer when I call to you. May my prayer be set before you like incense. May the lifting up of my hands be like the evening sacrifice. Set a guard over my mouth, O Lord. Keep watch over the door of my lips. Do not let my heart be drawn to what is evil, to take part in wicked deeds with men who are evildoers. Let me not eat of their delicacies. Let a righteous man strike me. It is a kindness. Let him rebuke me. It is oil on my head. My head will not refuse it. Yet my prayer is ever against the deeds of evildoers. Their rulers will be thrown down from the cliffs, and the wicked will learn that my words were well spoken. They will say, as one plows and breaks up the earth, so our bones have been scattered at the mouth of the grave. But my eyes are fixed on you, O sovereign Lord. In you I take refuge. Do not give me over to death. Keep me from the snares that have laid for me, from the traps set by evildoers. Let the wicked fall into their own nets, while I pass by in safety. Psalm 142. I cry aloud to the Lord. I lift up my voice to the Lord for mercy. I pour out my complaint before him. Before him I will tell my trouble. When my spirit grows faint within me, it is you who know my way. In the path where I walk, men have hidden a snare for me. Look to my right and see. No one is concerned for me. I have no refuge. No one cares for my life. I cry to you, O Lord. I say, you are my refuge, my portion in the land of the living. Listen to my cry, for I am in desperate need. Rescue me from those who pursue me, for they are too strong for me. Set me free from my prison, that I may praise your name. Then the righteous will gather about me, because of your goodness to me. Psalm 143. O Lord, hear my prayer. Listen to my cry for mercy. As your faithfulness and righteousness come to my relief, do not bring your servant into judgment, for no one living is righteous before you. The enemy pursues me. He crushes me into the ground. He makes me dwell in darkness like those long dead. So my spirit grows faint within me. My heart within me is dismayed. I remember the days of long ago. I meditate on all your works and consider what your hands have done. I spread out my hands to you. My soul thirsts for you like a parched land. Answer me quickly, O Lord. My spirit fails. Do not hide your face from me, or I will be like those who go down to the pit. Let the morning bring me word of your unfailing love, for I have put my trust in you. Show me the way I should go, for to you I lift up my soul. Rescue me from my enemies, O Lord, for I hide myself in you. Teach me to do your will, for you are my God. May your good spirit lead me on level ground. For your name's sake, O Lord, preserve my life. In your righteousness, bring me out of trouble. In your unfailing love, silence my enemies. Destroy my foes, for I am your servant. So I was looking for what I wanted to review and just what stood out to me, and I didn't even make it past the first verse of that first chapter. So Psalm 139:1, O Lord, you have searched me and you know me. And that whole chapter is just about how much God knows us. And what's interesting is, again, this is a Psalm of David, and I know I keep mentioning to this, it's just one of the most godly examples that we have in the Bible. A man who knows God's heart, and a man who is, even though maybe not as wise as his son, incredibly wise and close with God. And he says stuff that's really interesting in here, and stuff that bears repeating and bears focus on. And that is this focus on and this recognition of God knowing us before we are born, as we are being formed in the womb, and as we are born, and throughout our entire life. So before we're a thought, God knows us, and he loves us. And then throughout all of our growth in our mother's womb, throughout all of our babyhood, infancy, toddler stage, adolescence, adult, young adult, old, and even up until death, when we join him, God knows us. And that is absolutely incredible. But that also means that we shouldn't try and hide things from him. It's an incredible chapter, and something that is, again, worth repeating and going back to. I'd encourage you, Rayleigh, to go back, read that chapter again, recognize who God is, that he knows us so well, that our Creator knows us even before our creation. Anyway, know that I love you and I'm praying for you. For anyone else that's joining, as always, I appreciate you so much. And I'll plan on seeing you tomorrow. Have a good one.